All right, guys, this video is definitely going to be one of the best you have watched from this my YouTube channel because I'll be showing you guys the secret to my entry success in the market, guys. I'll be showing you guys what I need to see first of all, what the market must give to me before I click that buy or sell button. So this video is dedicated to everything about my trade entry. Let's get started, guys. Now, looking at my screen right now, these are the PDRA matrices we have. Okay, if you trade ICT, these are the PDRA matrices. Probably there may be more, but this is the most popular one we have. Okay. The popular ones are order block, fair value gap, breaker block, mitigation block, and all that. Okay. Now, if I ask you watching me right now, which of these PDRAs do you think is the most important, or which of these PDRAs like list the ones that are most important for your entry? Chances are most of you guys going to select order block or fair value gap or the both of them. Okay, because these two is the most common in the industry, especially order block, then fair value gap. Okay, because this is how order block works. Okay, price come back to the discount level or probably any other block here for your entry. So everyone is interested in using order block. Also the same thing for fair value gap. Everyone is interested for fair value gap. But do you know, guys, personally, the way I trade, like if you have ever watched me any winning trade that I've shared here on YouTube community or my Telegram community, guys, I don't use order block for my entries. I don't use fair value gap for my entries. This is what I use for my entries here, breaker block. Now, the way I'm going to teach you guys breaker block today is definitely different from every other thing else you have heard about breaker block. So some of you have already assumed, oh, I know how to use breaker block. No. Just relax. Let me show you how to use this PDRA, okay? Like I said, I don't use other block. I don't use value gap. It is breaker block. Now, listen, guys, a lot of things are changing in this industry, okay? The way we use other block in the past or value gap, a lot of things have changed. Or I'm not saying they don't work anymore, okay? But I just want something that is much more reliable, okay? So I use breaker block and mitigation block. Every of these posts you see me post, winning trades, withdrawals, all my entries are breaker block and mitigation block. Remember, I've told you guys, especially those of you that attended my webinar last Monday, I told you guys my trading templates. I told you guys that this is my template to trading success, direction, entry, exit, and trading discipline, okay? Everything we do regarding to technical analysis, everything we do on the chart, they revolve around this theory here: direction, entry, exit, the direction of the market, the entry time, and then the exit time. But today's video, this is the area we are dwelling on, all right? And that's why I told you guys this is my entry PDRA, breaker block or mitigation block. Let me show you guys how breaker block looks like, okay? This is how ICT breaker block looks like, okay? Now, generally, some people don't like to use breaker block or mitigation block because to them, this is, if I take Fibonacci retracement now, I measure it from this low to this high, okay? You can see it is at the 50% level, all right? So many people don't like to take trade at this point. They want price to come back to the discount level before they can place trade. Now, the secret that most of them don't know is that the way we use breaker block, the way I use breaker block, like the way I taught my mentorship student, we don't use breaker block right here on this time frame that we are using this structure, okay? For example, this structure could be on 1 hour time frame. Right now, I'm on daily time frame, okay? So let's assume it's 1 hour time frame, okay? And we have this kind of setup in the market. We don't use breaker block on this higher time frame. Instead, we use the breaker block on a very minimal time frame. It could be the 1 minute time frame or the 5 minutes time frame. Personally, I just love to use the 5 minutes breaker block, and I'm going to show you guys how beautiful this thing is, because the way most of you guys are thinking right now is that we want to use breaker block on this place. Take, for example, place trade right here on this level, and then the market start retracing. Before you know it, to hit our stop loss. Even if your stop loss is somewhere here, the risk to reward ratio is going to be very, very poor. So we don't use it on this time frame. This is how we use breaker block, okay? Now, the way we use it is that we carry this template like this, okay, on a lower time frame, and then place it on this higher time frame. You can see. So what I'm trying to say is that we use breaker block on higher time frame, order block, or fair value gap. Like, this is what I mean, okay? This PDRA right here, you are seeing, this is order block at this point, okay? We don't engage the market immediately at this point, because that is the problem most of you guys always have. You want to engage the market immediately as price come back to this place. You place your trade because this is order block, point of reference, or POI, whatever you guys call it. Most times the market will just keep pushing to the downside. You are not going to get the entry, and they're going to hit your stop loss. Instead, we want this to take place. You can see. That's why I told you guys breaker block is my best entry. We want this kind of template to take place here, either at this value gap or at this other block. So this is what I'm talking about, okay? You know, as the market is retracing retracing to the downside, okay, to this point. On lower time frame, we are going to have bearish market structure, okay, on lower time frame. So the moment price gets to this place, this PDRA right here on this higher time frame, let's say 1 hour time frame, we are waiting for the breaker block to form on 5 minutes time frame, something like this. Now, let me tell you guys the importance of breaker block, the reason why I choose breaker block every time I want to place my entry, okay? Apart from the fact that it is used for, sign of strength, momentum, because like as I said, we wait for this breaker block on any of these PDRAs, fair value gap, or other block. Now, anytime the market, of course, this is a sign of strength in the market. You guys know, because it's coming from a bearish momentum, just like this retracement, this one, and then a reversal right here on lower time frame. Okay. Now, if I zoom in this place very well, okay, this is, of course, this is on lower time frame, 5 minutes or any other lower time frame you want to use. Okay. Now, on this impulse move, let me remove this Fibonacci here. On this impulse move from this low to this high, okay, you guys definitely going to agree with me that it's not only breaker block that is here on this impulse swing, okay? There are other PDRAs, there are fair value gaps, and there must be an other block right here, okay? Now, let's take, for example, you are the type that trade only other block, just like this type of framework right here, okay? Price will expand, come back to this place for entry, all right? Now, let's say you are the type that trade other block, okay? So you'll be waiting for market to come back to this place on this lower time frame, all right? This other block before you can take your entry, all right? Before you can go to the upside. Now, I can guarantee you guys, not just guarantee you guys, you can go back and back test this thing after watching this video. Now, many of the times, most times, that is the reason why I stick to breaker block only and on this lower time frame. Most times, after this break in structure here on lower time frame, after this sign of strength, because any break of structure is a sign of strength, sign of momentum in the market. After this sign of strength, sign of momentum in the market, most of the time, price will never come back to this other block or even further look up here. They just come back, tap into this breaker block here like this, and then they fire to the upside. I'll show you guys so many examples. You will see that definitely price does not come back to this other block because the market is in a strong momentum. So there's no time to come back. I'm not saying that they don't come to it, but most times they don't come to this other block. They tap into this breaker block and then they fire to the upside. And breaker block, the reason why I so much love breaker block again is that breaker block, this strategy has been existing even before ICT came up with its own concept. Okay, this is like break and retest strategy that have been existing in the past. But just like as I told you guys from the beginning of this video, break and retest strategy is not a problem. Okay, just that people don't know how to apply it the right way. For example, someone can be doing this break and retest on a higher time frame. Like as I told you guys, we don't do it on a higher time frame, like 1 hour or any other time frame. Okay, we need to do it on a lower time frame because if I take a trade right here on this breaker block, okay, my stop loss definitely going to be somewhere here, all right? And trust me, guys, most of the time is very, very small stop loss, okay? Very, very small stop loss compared to if you are using this breaker block on a higher time frame, okay? Why we take this trade here, all right? Why we take this trade here? Even if the market eventually wanted to come back to use this other block, we are still on the move. That is the advantage of it. Even though it's on a drawdown at this point, the price is coming lower, we are still on the move. We are hoping. That is how I do my trade. I don't even wait for price because most times I don't want to miss, because most time price does not come to this place and I don't want to miss this entry. So I got on the move. If you want to use here, there's no problem. I'm still on the move because those people that want to use this place, this is where that stop loss is definitely going to be. So I do my risk to reward. So I do my risk to reward management, then be on the trade. And most of the time, trust me, this is where the market return and then push to the upside. So let me give you guys examples on the chart and then you guys got to see how beautiful this thing is. Now, as I'm giving you guys this example, I'm also going to show you guys how to identify breaker block on the chart because so many of you are just watching me right now. You don't know how to identify breaker block. You just be hearing me mentioning it. So I will show you guys how to identify it. But first of all, I've told you guys, you need to first of all know your time frame. All right. Take a look at this market right here. Take a look at this chart. You see, most of you watching me right now, we easily consider this as a perfect setup. Of course, it's a perfect setup because you may not even necessarily need that breaker block right here. You see, price came back to this other block right here, okay, and then started selling to the downside. Okay, so many of you are not going to appreciate what I've been teaching you so far. Let's take a look at other days. All right, imagine days like this that the market came back to this other block right here. What happened? Boom, to the downside. So there are so many ways whereby this breaker block going to save you. So many ways, all right? And I can guarantee you guys that although it is not going to be 100% perfect, but any day you want to engage your trade, make sure you engage it on a lower time frame breaker block. You are going to be safe. Like, trust me, guys, you are going to be safe. And if you really want to enjoy this thing very well, make sure you do it on the key zone, like London, New York, okay? But however, I'm not talking about key zone today. So let's give example on lower time frame. We'll mark the other block first or PDRAs, okay? There's one interesting thing I want to show you guys, okay? You see, there's a reaction here at this point because if the market is retracing, there's no way anybody can be able to be 100% sure that this is where it's going to come before it starts selling off. So someone else can use this place as you can see this fair value gap. Someone can use this fair value gap as reference points for this move, okay, to the downside. But using this knowledge I'm giving you guys today, you are definitely going to look for the breaker block first before you can trust whatever move the market is giving you. So at this point, I'll go to lower time frame as usual. Like as I told you guys, we'll look for the breaker block first. We look for it. Like as I told you guys, I'm still going to show you guys how to identify breaker block because not everyone knows how to identify breaker block, okay? So the way breaker block work is this. As the market push to the upside, like normal market structure, all right? Then as it's coming back into the range, this place is supposed to be an ICT order block, okay? Bullish order block. But because the market broke it to the downside like this, all right? Then it has converted from ICT order block to breaker block. That is how to use breaker block, okay? That's how to identify it. This place has already turned automatically to break. You can see that is where the market is used for entry, right? It is very, very advisable you wait for this breaker block, irrespective of how perfect your setup is on higher time frame. It is very, very, very much advisable. You can see the market retraced to it, gradually started selling off till the end of the day. You see, all right? Let's say you enter at this very high here. You may be lucky, but not every day you're going to be that lucky, okay? So wait for this breakup block. Let's take a look at another example on this same pair, all right? First of all, go to 1 hour time frame, all right? Go to 1 hour time frame, identify it. Okay, let's use this one as example, okay? This one, I told you guys that you may not be lucky if you just enter it from the other block, okay? So, you see how beautiful this thing is? There is no breaker block right here. You see? No. Let me make this clear because some of you go to assume that this place there's a break here. Some of you still need to know more about impulse swing. Okay, that is the first lecture I always give to mentorship students. The first time they come to mentorship, you have to know how to identify valid impulse swing. Okay, but right here, I'm going to show you guys right now. Okay, you see, right here, this market expanded with this one candle. All these other candles are embedded here, so there's no impulse. This one expanded with this one candle. All these ones, they are embedded here. So in a nutshell, everything that took place here, there's no significant impulse swing right here. So it came from all the way from this high, okay? It came from all the way from this high, all right? So at this point, no impulse swing. So if you see something like this next time in the market, whereby the market breaks something like this, you may be thinking that, oh, that's the breaking market structure. No. That is not a breaking market structure. I'm sure you guys have learned something new right now, okay? So at this point, there's no break. There's no breaker block. That's why this market is not coming down. And you guys know that at this point, so many people took a trade on the buying opportunity because this is a bullish order block from 1 hour time frame, okay? So many people now jump on the move because price is from this other block, okay? They are happy, and then the market collapsed because there is nothing to hold it at this point. So that's why you use breaker block for safety. Very, very important. Let me see if I can still do more examples because you guys say I don't do much examples, okay? Which one should we use now? All right, so this one, let's see if there's breaker block here. Okay, so let's see if there's breaker block here because this one was a fade entry, all right? All right, so this is the day, this is the other block on 1 hour time frame, and then this is where the entry is supposed to take place. Now, there is no breaker block here, all right? This is one of the reasons why mentorship is very, very good, okay? And I always advise people, if you have the money, don't just overlook mentorship. Mentorship is very, like my mentorship now, there are a lot of benefits because so many people always ask me about trading signal and all that. Trading signals are just reserved for mentorship students, but I'll keep showing up here on YouTube teaching you guys because there's no way I'm going to post signal here on YouTube. It's not going to be allowed, okay? A lot of things involved in mentorship. That's why I always advise people go for mentorship if you have the money. But if you don't have the money, you can stay here on YouTube. I'll keep showing up on YouTube almost every day for you guys to educate you guys, okay? At this point, there's no breaker block at this point. No breaker block, no breaker block. Even at this level, you can see how price was respecting it, respecting all these lows to the downside, kept going over, kept going over. Now, someone will ask, isn't this a breaker block? Very, very good question. Now, this is a breaker block. I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? This place is a breaker block, all right? So we could use here as a continuation. You see, the market even respected it, okay? But you see what happened there? It started collapsing to the downside. That is because at this point of this breaker block, let me put this circle right here, and then let's go back to 1 hour time frame, okay? You'll see something that is very, very delicious. At this point, at this point of this breaker block, you can see that is this circle. Now let me remove this circle. You will see that, okay, the market has already broken this low here, all right? So there's already a change in momentum. That's why this set took place here. And then another change in momentum. So this market is so much interesting if you know how to read it piece by piece, piece by piece, okay? And I hope this video has been very, very much insightful to you guys, okay? So start using breaker block for your entries and start combining it with your PDRs like other block, favorite lookup, and all that, all right? So I'm going to see you guys next upload. And if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe, turn up your notification button. I'll see you guys.